What's up guys, Tommy Bowyer here from Movie Rewind, and today I will be reviewing Hellboy, the 2019 remake. So without further ado, let's get into it. So this Hellboy film I didn't see in cinemas because at my local cinema it was only shown for a week, which probably should have been a clear omen that the film was not very good. However, my father bought it on DVD and we watched it on Sunday night, and we ended it feeling really down, really upset, and we're going to watch the better ones just to get over this one. This movie is absolute garbage, and I'm going to explain in this review why I think that this movie has no rewarding features whatsoever. So as for character development, this film really doesn't do a lot for the character of Hellboy. For the majority of the time, Hellboy is played as a gormless idiot who just walks around and going like this. What? How dare you say that to me? Do you know who I am? Hellboy in this film is like a little kid. There is none of the charm which Ron Perlman had for the character. And I'm not saying that David Harbour might not be a good actor. I'm sure he is a good actor. However, in this role, he is rubbish. The development of Hellboy is done really poorly. And as for the other characters in this, there's not enough screen time dedicated to them. We have some guy, I can't remember his name, who turns into a leopard. I can't even remember his name. And as for the psychic woman, can't remember her name. A lot of the characters in this, I can't remember their names. The development gets a 1 out of 10 because there's hardly any development in this film. And the development there is it's just not very good. It doesn't make any sense. As for the performances, I've kind of already touched upon this. However, David Harbour is not Ron Perlman. There's no charm there. He's kind of portrayed as an oblivious idiot. At least Ron Perlman, you had the charm, you had the wit, you had the conflict there. You knew that he was a good person. David Harbour, you don't really get any of that from his portrayal of Hellboy. There doesn't seem to be a lot of conflict in this. He acts mostly as an idiot who just kind of has temper tantrums all the time. And when you got your hero just having temper tantrums, then you're not going to feel happy about it. As for the majority of the other actors and actresses in this, it's standard. There's no standout performances. They're all kind of, it's like they all know that this film's going to be bad, and they kind of just going through the motions, trying to get through, trying to get that paycheck at the end of the film. So performances, it gets a 2 out of 10 because the performances are rubbish in this. The effects are also pretty shit in this. In the opening scene, Hellboy battles a wrestler who turns out to be a vampire, and the effects on that are really dodgy. It looks like a film released in the 90s. And there's not really an excuse for poor CGI anymore. Even films which are on small budgets are able to do better CGI than this film. And it just kind of screams that no one really cared about this film. You know, the studio were interested, however, no one involved was. And the effects people, I don't even know if they turned up to work. I mean, obviously they didn't finish the work because some of the CGI in this just looks crap. So the effects get a 1 out of 10 because they're pretty poor. So as for the story and writing, this is probably the worst element because there isn't really much of a story. I remember my dad saying, I've lost where the plot's going. And I lost where the plot was going because it didn't really make sense. I mean, 1 minute he's fighting a vampire, the next he's in England fighting giants, and the next he's doing something else trying to stop this evil witch from hell. And then the plot in this is all over the place. It doesn't really have any consistency. It's just kind of, well, we need Hellboy to be here. So if we kind of say there's a problem, then, you know, we can make that happen. And it just doesn't work. And also, I really want to know what if there was 3 giants in the New Forest? Why was no one able to see them? Why was no members of the public able to see 3 giants? That seems a bit stupid to me. So the story and writing gets a 1 out of 10 because it is just crap. So for this film's special recognition, I'm going to have to pick out the most annoying thing in this film, and that is the incredibly loud music which just seems to drain out every scene. I couldn't hear half of what the characters were saying in this because the music was so loud. I don't know why they thought putting music in almost every scene was such a great idea. I mean, you're just getting into a scene, you're trying to hear what they're saying, then all of a sudden, I mean, I'm not a good singer, so that probably sounded bad. However, the music in this is bad. It's just far too loud, and a soundtrack can make or break a movie. And I'm afraid in this case, because it was just so loud, it weren't used properly, it broke the film. So this special recognition gets a 1 out of 10, because if they had just cut out the music, the movie could have been a tiny bit better. So in conclusion, Hellboy is a film which didn't need to be made, and it's obvious no one involved wanted it to be made. The performances are standard, the writing is terrible, and the music just drains out everything you're trying to listen to. And that is why Hellboy gets a 6 out of 50, which gives it a grade 6 ranking. That is the lowest ranking I can give a film on this channel. This film was just as bad as my dancing. So thanks for watching, guys. I really do hope that you enjoyed this Hellboy movie review. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe in order to receive great and maybe even improved quality content in the future. And I will see you in another one. See ya!